5 month no video. I don't understand you part-time YouTuber. Bam. I appreciate you, man, coming back to the channel. Yeah, it's been the longest break I've had from YouTube since I started, which I'm not proud of, to be honest. And I can't really justify the break. Procrastination and lack of discipline. I've been working, but it just hasn't been on the YouTube channel. Believe it or not, the YouTube channel, the content creation side, as cringy as that term is, I enjoy a lot. And it brings me a lot of happiness. So 2025, let's lock in, man. Insha'Allah, lock in, and I'm gonna try and be a bit more disciplined. Consistency is the key. Yeah, may Allah help us achieve all of our goals, all of the things we set out to do in the coming year, Insha'Allah. So I wanted to share 4 lessons that I've learned this year. I originally shot this video a few months back. It was called 5 lessons I learned at 25. I had to kind of whittle that down to 4 lessons and kind of align it with this video. I thought it'd make a bit more sense because I was watching that video and I was just waffling like crazy as usual. So I hope you guys can take something away from these lessons I've learned. They're very personal to me, and I feel like the more personal something is, the better. It helps us develop a sense of connection to the viewer, to the person watching. And yeah, I think it brings a sense of value as well, which I, hope to do with each video. But that's enough of me waffling. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and leave your comments on what your favorite lesson is, or a lesson that you've learned over, the past year or by a specific age. It'll be really interesting to hear your thoughts. Appreciate you guys. Before people are like, who are you to give advice, bro? I'm not really in any sort of moral position to give any sort of advice, any sort of, life lessons. But I feel like 25 is a very big milestone, and I have some sort of responsibility to the younger generation, younger Muslims that might be watching this, to give some sort of advice that might help them throughout university, throughout college, and make sure that they kind of stay on the right path. With social media nowadays, man, we can learn so much from each other, and that's an underrated thing. So that's why I wanted to kind of share these lessons specifically. First lesson I would share is take risks. Listen to me first and foremost. I'm at that age now, 25, starting to see some of my peers take that next step, move in with their partners, have kids, mashallah, and, ultimately kind of move into the next chapter of their lives. People are starting to figure out what they think they should do, the sort of career, the sort of jobs they want to kind of stay in for the rest of their lives, which is all great. But we as a society, I feel like I've just kind of been pushed to stick on this road, be very safe, get this job, bro, get this house, get kids, blah, 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 blah. Very risk-prone society. And I know people have said this a lot. This is something I've heard a lot, but it's very scary. Me, as an immigrant, my parents took a risk. They came to this country not knowing a single word of English, managed to figure it out. I can't settle for the minimum. I can't settle for the bare basics. I need to do something drastic. It's just in my blood. I have the blood of risk takers. That's something we as a society, I don't feel like push enough to the younger generation, taking risks. Landing a safe job is great. Moving in with your partner is great. Figuring out what you want to do in your life is great. Let's not get too comfortable. Let's be inquisitive. Let's really push ourselves and get out of our comfort zones. Let's not settle for the bare minimum, for the bare basics. Before we have kids, before we have families, before we have, other people that want to kind of rely on us, we need to make sure we take as many risks as possible. This is, again, lesson for me first and foremost. So, rather than kind of being scared of what the results might be, let's just give it a go, man. You can't really think of everything when you first start out. That's something I've had to learn. You can't have everything figured out. Let's just take that first step and see where it goes. And inshallah, 2026, 2027, let's take as many risks as we can, inshallah. Only then we'll know what our true potential is, and we can find out what the kind of future holds for us. Take more risks. Lesson number 2, and this one is personal, deep to me, is you don't have to have it all figured out. At 25, I thought I'd be much more successful, have a bigger YouTube channel, have a bigger social media following. I thought I'd be much more successful in every aspect, financially. That just isn't the case. Allah's plan is the best of plans. We can't let the success of others dictate our success. You know, everyone's popping off at a certain or different age in life. There's countless examples. I can literally chat GPT this shit right now and give you like 17 examples. Ye dropped the album at 26. Jay-Z dropped the album at 26. Cole dropped the album at 26. So did, you know what I'm saying, Eminem. Samuel L. Jackson was in his early 40s when he got, you know, some sort of recognition for his acting career. The list goes on and on. And I want people to understand, I want me to understand that just because you're not successful at 25 doesn't mean you're a failure. You still have time, my friend. You still have time to figure it out, to achieve your wildest goals and to live out your fullest potential. Just be patient, work hard, and stay in your lane. Don't let anyone else's success deter you, demotivate you. Just carry on doing the work and you'll find success. That's a lesson for me, first and foremost. Lesson number 3, have really low expectations or no expectations at all. Something that's constantly bit me in my arse is having expectations of people. We can't expect people to have the same morals, same principles, have the same upbringing, the same perspective. People are going to react differently to different things. We can't expect people to react the same way we would. Some people might not value the relationship they have with you the same as you do. It's just learning. Something I've had to kind of grasp and really learn throughout the years. Something that has now helped me is making sure that I have no expectations from anyone. I'm doing things just to be a good person. I'm not expecting anything in return because I know I'll be let down. This is just my past experience. The best way to avoid any sort of disappointment is just to have really low expectations or no expectations at all. Lesson number 4 is hold on to your deen because that's all you have. Honestly, I was at the mosque today sitting with a bunch of younger kids between the ages of 13 to 16 and honestly it amazed me how much maturity there was in the room and how much tawakkul these kids have, mashallah. And it got me to kind of think that the religion, the deen is all I have. My faith in God is all I have. All of the blessings that have been bestowed upon me in this life, my parents that have sacrificed their livelihoods so I can live a better life, whether that's me being healthy, everything has been bestowed upon me by Allah, the most merciful, most gracious. If there's anything I should do in this life, it is worship Him to the best of my ability. The deen is all I really have in this world. I'm not grateful enough. I continue to sin and Allah continues to forgive me. He continues to help me with my struggles, my trials and tribulations. And I said before, we as Muslims believe that this life is a test and we mustn't lose sight of that. We must remain patient. One of my favorite hadiths by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is where he says, no fatigue, nor disease, nor sorrow, nor sadness, nor hurt, nor distress befalls a Muslim, even if it were the prick he receives from a thorn, but that Allah expiates some of his sins for that. Sahih Bukhari. There's countless hadiths, countless verses of the Quran which bring an immense amount of peace to my heart, that fill a void that's left after chasing after this materialistic world. I pray that we keep our relationship with Allah first and remain steadfast in our deen and worship Him to the best of our abilities. I also pray that Allah grants us every success, not only in this world, but in the hereafter. May Allah help us and protect us and keep us firm on our deen. Turning 25 has been eventful, to say the least. There's a lot of things happening behind the scenes in my life that I'll share in due time. Alhamdulillah, I'm very grateful. It's been a very challenging couple of years, to say the least. I'm not one to kind of share the intricacies of my life. I don't want, any sympathy whatsoever, but it's been very tough. I'm very grateful for it. With every test and tribulation, I'm getting closer to Allah. My deen is developing. I feel a sense of comfort knowing that Allah is the best of planners and He's essentially my bodyguard. He can't do any wrong. So turning 25, as I said at the start, I'm nowhere near where I thought I would be. but I'm still very grateful, and I know I still have a very long way to go. And I think now is just the time for me to really lock in, really be disciplined, and really focus and hone on what I want from my life, and from there giving my complete self to achieving those goals, because there's a lot of people that rely on me, and I want to make sure that I make them proud, and I know I will, through the blessings of Allah, through the ability to kind of work as hard as I can. So may Allah help us achieve all of our wildest goals. May Allah help us become successful in every area of our lives. I appreciate you guys watching this video. Hopefully there won't be a long wait for the next one, and Insha'Allah we stay a lot more consistent in 2025. Appreciate you guys. Too sexy for your girl, too sexy for this world, too sexy for it. Hey, whoa, we can't be using that, lads.